to The Real. Our girl Garcelle is actually out today. She is traveling with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Girl, we miss you and we'll see you soon. Stay safe. But ladies, we're here. And we're about to have some girl chat, all right? Come on,
you can still hold it down. Oh, yes. Because first up, we want to congratulate the Los Angeles Dodgers who won the World Series Tuesday night.
Whoa.
This is the first time that the Dodgers and the Lakers have won a championship in the same year since 1988. However, the Dodgers celebration, y'all, it was kind of bittersweet because it was revealed that the third baseman, Justin Turner, had tested positive for COVID and had to be removed mid-game because we were all wondering, like, what had happened, right? He ended up testing positive. They gave him 2 tests. And he still came out celebrating with his team after on the field after the game. And sometimes he wasn't even wearing a mask. I think that, I saw him wearing the mask, but then he got into the celebration and he took it off. And my concern was he was holding the trophy at times. He was sitting next to the Dodger manager, Dave Roberts, who I love. And Dave Roberts is a cancer survivor. So it was just, that's Lord. Dave. So I just think that it was really irresponsible. And Justin ended up putting out a tweet. And the tweet was, like, he was trying to act like he didn't go on the field, but he went on the field. It's like, Justin, we see you on the field. Why you going?
No, you know what you did.
Tweet?
Yeah.
So, ladies, how do y'all feel about this? About this win? About, the whole drama behind this? How do you feel about it?
Well, we should first not let this shadow the amazing celebration for the LA Dodgers, the Lakers, everybody. I mean, this is the World Series. This is incredible for the Dodgers. At the same time, just on a personal level, I just think we do have to be so much more thoughtful about any type of things we could cause from our illness. If you've tested positive, even if we celebrated something, guys, let's say we won another Emmy or something, I wouldn't want to put you guys in jeopardy or risk. It's not worth it for that one thing. Yeah, I would find a different way to celebrate because I would feel terrible if something else came of it because of me. That would overshadow our Emmy win, to me.
Right.
I completely agree with you, Jeannie. I am a little confused, though. Lonnie, if you can give me some more details on how he ever was in the game while testing positive, because I know when we've ever done productions or even when I've gotten together with family members, whether it was for my sister's birthday, we had people tested, quarantined for 2 weeks, and then test again, and then do a rapid test later that day. So what I'm wondering is, how did he get on the field to play that day? And then midway through, they're like,
right,
he got it.
Right.
After knowing, though, once you know you have that, I definitely would want to come out and celebrate, but I definitely would have kept my mask on. I would have been social distance in my own box. Like, hey, we won. And that does bring up the question, Lonnie, like you said, he was holding the trophy and then passing that around. Yo, if it were me, I'd try to be way more considerate.
I want to reiterate that wearing a mask, even if you have COVID, it helps you because it prevents the spread of the virus. Okay, if you're infected yourself with, you wear a mask. The mask is going to prevent the droplets from dropping all over everybody.
Prevent.
So please
prevent.
Yes.
Prevent. So nothing's guaranteed. So if you know you have COVID, please stay your ass at home.
Please.
There's many other ways
Definitely.
to virtually celebrate. Don't stay at home.
Yes.
It's just
100%. Well, speaking of being tested, you guys, the Daily Dot recently reported on a girl named Faith who went viral after she played a trick on her Trump-supporting parents on TikTok. Did you guys see this? The daughter, the daughter actually told her parents she was going on a date with a boy, but claimed that he had, just a little bit of a sketchy past, similar to a certain president. Take a look.
But yeah, I really like him a lot. We've been talking for a few weeks. He does have a few sex assault allegations, though.
He has what?
A few sexual assault allegations.
You're such a liar.
No, I'm serious. Also did a deep dive on his Twitter, and he said some kind of racist stuff.
Like what?
Well, why would you even consider this?
Not with sexual assault allegations? That's never good.
But you'd let a man like this run the country?
Well, no, this is
my
not even the issue.
It's the
my God, that's not
gosh,
the
for
same
me.
thing. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Guys, this
That's
is
what it
literally
is for
right
me.
here, real
Ladies,
time. Real time.
Ladies, let me know, what do you think of this video? And do you think her parents are being hypocrites?
Absolutely.
Clearly. It was the
1000%.
oh my gosh for me. Like, oh my gosh, he cannot date my daughter, but he can absolutely run America.
The country.
I
No
have to
problem.
commend her, though. I have to applaud her because
Yeah,
this
she's
is what
amazing.
an ally does. When an ally is trying to change people's minds, she wasn't being rude about it. She was just
Not at all.
asking a question. And this is the thing. When you focus on connecting to a person's values for a political issue, you know, sometimes that can help change their mind. And so that's what she was trying to actually do. So I have to commend her. She tried. You know what I mean? And and you saw the reaction.
Well, I can only assume from this that this is a perfect example of the parents permitting Trump to have that pass by saying boys will be boys. Because in the instance of this potential man dating their daughter and having a sexual allegations or a sexual assault allegation pass, that's never okay. We would never put you in that line of fire. But the president, boys will be boys. He did some things. This is exactly why that is such a dangerous slippery
Why is
slope
that
for people who
okay?
accept that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to
it
be
really
hard.
makes you question why is that okay? I think people do this all day with everything from
All day.
you know,
All day.
From so many different things. You guys already know how I feel about, you know, when they try to say, oh, I have to vote for Trump on this one thing, you know, whether it's pro-life or like they will find one thing and make excuses for why it's okay to vote for this person when they know. I recently heard somebody say on my Instagram, they're like, wow, you hate Trump so much that you would let him, you know, that you would vote for someone that's pro-choice. And I was like, listen to what you're saying. Like, there's this whole list of things that are terrible about this person, and you're gonna let that stop you? Like, what?
And let's be clear, every single candidate has some type of past. Nobody's perfect.
For
this isn't
sure.
about whether or not you're flawed. It's about where your standards lay. As a parent,
Absolutely.
if you were concerned about somebody who had racist commentary in the past or a sexual assault allegation that concerns you, that should apply across the board to human characteristic traits,
multiple
period.
sexual
Right,
assault
multiple.
allegations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, the racist stuff that he says, you know, I mean, not being able to condemn, you know, white supremacy. I mean, there are a lot, he's got a laundry list of things that, you know, we could sit here and be like, really, you guys?
We've overheard
But people
the
make
man in
excuses.
conversations. We've overheard him in conversations literally say grab all kinds of things. Like it's like
No,
somehow we act like somebody took the Men in Black stick and wiped our memories and are like, no, but he's gonna make America great again. How?
It's just, you know, like I say, try not to be rude when you're doing this. I think that what she did, she was just trying to prove a point, and she proved it to some people. So,
was
you know,
so good.
I posted,
So
and
clever.
this is the
Creative
reason why I
way.
post that kind of stuff. And very, very creative. Now, speaking of talking to our parents about stuff, a recent tweet from 27-year-old actress Keke Palmer made headlines when she said, quote, "I don't know who needs to hear this, but forgive your parents." Keke got pretty
Yes.
deep, saying that forgiving her parents helped her to forgive herself and that she realized how unforgiving she was to them. She realized how unforgiving she had been to her friends and most importantly to herself. Keke also said that it's okay to forgive someone but still keep your distance if they're too toxic at the moment. Ladies, do you agree with Keke's advice?
100%.
Absolutely. 100%. I think, you know, I think about things like this all the time. I'm constantly in conversations, you know, with friends of mine or family members where you just have to recognize that, again, I know I always say this, but like when you're growing up, you really think that your parents are superheroes. And then you get older and you're like, oh, wow, you were just doing the best you could for what you knew and where you were in your life. And I think we sometimes have a hard time recognizing that when it comes to our parents. I also think just the reality is, you also have a group of people who like to use that as an excuse for why they are the way they are, or to excuse behavior for why they are the way they are. And they use that to say, okay, my dad was this way, that's why I'm like this. And I have a hard time with that because I know so many people who have been through horrendous situations and have chosen. They make a choice to be different. They make a choice to forgive and move on and choose to live a different lifestyle. So I think this is so on target, especially now that we're spending so much more time at home, to sit down and think through these things and really take this time to forgive your family. And again, I agree with her. That doesn't mean you have to be best friends, but I think forgiving them ultimately will heal you as well.
I ain't gonna forget, I tell you that much.
Nobody said forget.
But yes, and this makes me think about a quote that I read stating, "The wound was not your fault, but healing is your responsibility." Meaning, you need to go through life recognizing that people are going to hurt you. Hurt people. So we don't go around resenting and condemning these people. We then just have to take the onus on our own part to grow, evolve, and heal ourselves. So for me, I recently confronted my mom about her choice in divorcing my dad, because I've gone through my life obviously understanding that I don't want my parents to be unhappy and married together. But I did want to understand why the process of the divorce was so, it wasn't carried out well. We weren't communicated to about it. We didn't talk about it as a family. But my point in talking to my mom was not necessarily for her to give me the right answers and to be perfect in who she is today, but to get some type of empathy and understanding what you said, Adrian, who she was as the young woman she was then. Just understanding that you might not make the right decisions, that you're going through your own process of thinking what you have to do for the family. So just understanding that allows me to heal and then fix myself to make the right choices today in my marriage as I move forward. So I really think Keke was wise in making sure that she takes the steps to heal herself and not put the expectation on whether or not this person is going to earn your forgiveness. The forgiveness is healing you, not them.
It's about letting go.
Better preach,
like what you said, Jeannie.
My.
I've been through some things, guys.